Hello, I'm Mayoral, and welcome to Asian Media Network. You are watching a special edition of Asian Media Network. Today, we are honored to have with us Ryan Winkle, a dedicated community advocate and mayoral candidate for the city of Mesa, Arizona. Ryan Winkle is a pivotal figure in the development of the city of Mesa Asian District. Today, he's here to share with us his plan and vision for the city. Welcome, Ryan, to the show.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate the Asian Media Network for allowing me to be here.
And thank you, Ryan. I know that you are very busy running your campaign because only a few weeks left to the election day. So we really appreciate your time to be here with us and share with us your vision and your plan for the city of Mesa.
Absolutely.
That we Asians that love the city so much. So Ryan, you have played a crucial role in the development of the Mesa Asian Business District. Can you share with us what inspired you to take on this project?
In 2012, I started seeing the businesses really start to locate in this area on the Dobson corridor. And after traveling to other cities and seeing, Chinatown, Koreatown, Little Manila, things like this, I thought that it was important that we had something similar and a place that we could call home, or a place for us to be. And after talking to a lot of the business owners and people who had located there, everyone had agreed. And after a while, the city came around and said, yeah, this is a great idea, and they decided to help.
And I think that's brilliant. That the Mekong it become kind of like an anchor play that for Asian American people. When we mention about Arizona, like in Orange County, they have Phước Lộc Thọ, where it's like the symbol capital of Vietnamese American. Mekong Plaza is like the hub of the Asian community in Arizona. So it's great to transform in that, become a vibrant business for the community. And can you, I'm sure, to develop something like that, it's a lot of manpower, a lot of hour, and a lot of dedication to make it happen. So what are some of the challenges that you have in working with local businesses as well as community leaders to brand and promote the Asian Business District?
There's a lot of issues working with people, right? And working with people requires a lot of attention to detail, and it requires people's dedication. So if you think of a small business, they're generally just busy running their business. And if you have community leaders, a lot of times they have families and things like this. So when you get people together and everyone has different ideas, like I want it to be, I think someone had brought it Little Mekong, and some people had brought, I want it to be, Koreatown or whatever that is. That in itself was difficult. The branding was difficult. The look, the style is different.
And I remember I attend one of the meetings as the community leaders, and I remember that a lot of discussion. The Chinese community want to name it dragon, something have to do with dragon, and then other communities say no, that is represent for Chinese. We are Indian community. We want something different, and then the Vietnamese community want to name Saigon. So too many variation, and none of us agree on something. So I'm glad that the city decided to pick something that neutral, everybody happy, which is Asian Business District.
Correct. Yep. And actually, the people came together and they said, out of all these names, and they put it to I think a citywide vote, and Asian District came as number one.
Wow. Now, is that name become, I even see like when you Google search Asian Business District and it pop up was like something like exclusive for Mesa. So can you elaborate a little bit about that? So like, let's say if I want to add it in my flyer that, we're going to host this Moon Festival at Mekong Plaza in the Asian Business District. Is that something that I can use?
So 2019, the city came and had a grant to help brand the district.
Okay.
Leaders like yourself were involved in, thinking about the look, what the logo should look like, the tanagram, and the name of this district, Asian District. Now the city, and this is another one of the issues with doing things like this in community development, is the city had then secretly trademarked the name. And this, to me, is a problem because they did it without telling anybody, right? In some ways it might be good because they can protect the brand, but in other ways I think it takes away from the community's participation in making it, because now it is no longer their own or your own or my own,
So but you can use it, right? Can you
No,
use
you have
it?
to ask. You now have to ask the city to use the logo, to use the Mesa Asian District or Asian District Mesa, if you are referring to that place.
I see. Good to know that. And also, Ryan, under your leadership, the district saw an impressive increase in sales tax. Not just sales tax, but like sales tax revenue that bring in the main source of income for the city. How do you plan to replicate this success into other area of the city if you elect mayor?
So the power of the branding and the look of the Asian District within that first 2 years brought almost $4 million of sales tax revenue, more than before. If we think about how Mesa is so large, it's 140 square miles, there's many areas. There's the Falcon District, there's the Gateway area, there's all kinds of areas that can go through the same process, get with the people who live around there and pick and choose what it should look like and feel like and do the same thing and make it very unique. Because the last thing we want in any unique area of our city is Anytown, USA, which is the same 5 restaurants you see in every other downtown or area. So we want unique local businesses to basically drive the area's uniqueness.
And I agree with that. Each city and each district should have something uniqueness about that. And I think the same go to the airport. Arizona is so proud that our airport considered one of the nicest one in the nation that use local, anything is local, from the local restaurant, local business. There is not like corporate.
Correct,
too corporate.
correct.
Yes. Also, Ryan, on your campaign, you emphasize on the economic empowerment and inclusivity. How will you ensure that the principle will be upheld across all policy if you elect mayor?
So right now, the city has committees, all kinds of groups that allow people to participate in our decisions on what the city wants to do. What we don't have right now is proper representation across those committees. We don't have proper representation within our police force. We don't have proper representation within our executive positions in the city. So in order to make sure that we get the, correct amount of input from the people that are represented in our city, we need to hire those type of people and include those kind of people in all aspects of every decision making.
And I agree with that. We're living in a melting pot. We need representative for each of the population, that the local government, from law enforcement to city management to all different levels, because that would help the people, especially the resident, they feel safe that when in case of crisis happen, they have somebody who speaks the language who can help them and understand them better.
That's correct.
Yeah. Housing and commercial real estate ownership is something that the key aspect of your platform. What specific strategy are you planning to implement so that you can support entrepreneurs and residents in owning their property?
So in 2013, I started a group called Rail CDC. And with that group, our main focus since then was specifically helping people, business owners and neighbors, to own their property, to build their credit, to get access to capital, and really work towards owning property. It's in the United States, the American dream is to own property because that's something you can pass to your kids. It's something that you actually take pride in, something that you build a neighborhood around, is the place that you live, the place that you own. And so to me, I would take those same principles and put it across the city programs.
Yeah, but that would give the ownership incentive, isn't it? So if you rent versus you own, but if you own, you get more incentive from the city level. And a lot of people, when they're looking to buy the house, they want to make sure that neighborhood have a lot of people who own it instead of renter, because they said that renter can trash your house and they don't care about HOA, or they don't care about the property, because they said rent, they said live there temporary. But if you live there, you will take pride of it and be responsible for your own house, but also for the neighborhood.
That's correct. Yeah.
So that good strategy to have. And speaking about ownership and the real estate, you also advocate or try to integrate housing option for residents as well as the commercial district. So how will this benefit both the young people and the elderly when they, the population when come into housing?
So for a short time I lived in Brazil and I lived in Thailand. And in those places, what you'll see is that they will include living for elderly, living for young folks, mixed within their shopping areas. And that allows for people to basically leave their apartment, go down and go to the store, find something they need. Same thing with the entertainment piece of that. So you don't have to go far. And right now, even in Mesa, we've already have requests from groups that want to have, for example, like a Korean elderly living center. It's already being requested.
Wow. More and more nowadays that I see a lot of mixed use property. We have like big condominium when people live upstairs and they said walk downstairs where grocery, restaurant, convenient store, even like a fitness center. So people feel like it's convenient because they don't have to take a ride. Gas is expensive and have to deal with traffic. It saves their time because everything is on one spot. So it will be nice to see more and more of those mixed-use type of condo or the commercial district that come together with that type of building.
I agree, and there's lots of options for that, especially in areas that are appropriate for that. For example, like the Asian District would be great for that type of thing. Same with downtown, same with the Riverview area.
Yeah, I think especially where Mekong and H-Mark, the Asian senior, not just the senior, but the young people too. Nowadays, they don't want to own car. They want to take Uber, and every time you Uber, it costs a lot of money. So by live close by to the shopping area, you can just walk there, and it's fun too to hang out and to go grocery and to feel like you belonging to the community. And that will make Mesa going to have more Asian population versus now is it a business, right?
Yeah.
Yep, people move to area like that. So looking forward to the future, what are some of the priority that you have in mind if you elected as a first year as mayor of Mesa? What is those things that you would like to accomplish as your priority?
The first priority is accountability and transparency. And what that takes is really kind of a change in the way that we allow people to take part in what we're doing, and people meaning residents, business owners, people who work there. I don't know if most people know this, but Mesa has only a sales tax, and then we have a secondary property tax that's a bond that can also always be not approved. And third, we have a city service fee for our utilities. And those utilities then are taken into an enterprise account and transferred to the general account to be used. And that whole process is not very transparent. So some people always say, well, what am I paying for? Why are my water bills so high? All these questions like this. And so that's a big number one for me. Number two is small businesses and resident programs for homeownership, and also how to be more involved in everything the city does. The third piece of that is I want to take the mayor's office, which is on the 7th floor right now. And on the 7th floor, to even get there, you have to pass through police. They have to let you in the elevator. You have to get out. You have to pass through a secondary guard. And then you might be able to see the mayor if you already made that appointment. I think the mayor's office should be on the first floor and it should be accessible. You'll see on my signs everywhere on the city that my phone number is right on there, and people have been calling it and saying, is it really you? And I'm like, yeah, it's really me. And that's the kind of accessibility that I think people need for the city.
More approachable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember one of the last time that I went to City of Mesa to get the proclamation for the International Women, and I have to go through all the security level. Yes. Is that all city like that, or is that certain city?
I think nowadays, because of the way politics has gone nationally, it's more protected because people are more fearful. But I feel like the more that you're accessible, the less fear that you have to have.
All right. So then now the election is coming. Can you share with our voter or the viewer who watching the show right now when, where, and how to vote?
Okay. So if you are registered to vote by mail, your ballot should have already hit your mailbox. Right now the voting is happening. You can fill that out and you can take it into any of the polling locations that are currently open. If you want to find those locations, it's on winkleformayor.com. I have a list on there that you can check out. But on July 30th, that's the most important day because that's the last day that you can vote in the primary election. So that's where you're going to have to go down to a polling location and you're going to have to vote in person.
Thank you. So don't forget, July 30, voting deadline is in person, and you can go to any poll. I think the closest one for Mesa is MCC, Mesa Community College.
That or I think Dobson Ranch.
Yeah. And then a lot of people like in different cities, the same. I think the deadline is July 30 for Chandler, Mesa, Phoenix, all that. And finally, what message do you have for our viewer? If you would like to share with them, is there anything else you would like to talk about or share with them about your campaign or your vision for the city?
I would like to thank Asian Media Network for doing this and working with other candidates as well, because I know that nationally people feel like they are not heard or they are tired of the rhetoric and things that are happening. But you have to remember that your local electeds, like your city council, your school board, your mayor, the county officials, those are people that are going to affect you in a nonpartisan way, because it is not either Republican or Democrat to fix a hole in your road. It's not a political party to approve your business license. These are people that work for you. The city is a service. It needs to act like a service. So thinking about your local mayor and officials is really important for you to get out there and vote for them. So I would definitely find out who they are, reach out to them, ask them questions, and pick your best, and then vote for them.
Well, thank you, Ryan, for sharing your insight and the vision with the City of Mesa. We find that very enlightening to hear about your plan and the excitement that you planning to bring to Mesa, Arizona, if you elected as a mayor.
Yeah, well,
and with mayor, they're 4-year term, right?
4-year
and
term.
there's a lot of work, because winning the title, it comes with responsibility.
Oh, so, yeah.
So I want to say good luck with your upcoming
campaign.
Thank
you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And to our viewer, I want to say thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe and share to our channel so you won't miss any upcoming update or future coverage. I'm Mayoral, and this is an exclusive interview with Ryan Winkle, the mayoral candidate for City of Mesa, Arizona, on Asian Media Network. Until then, I wish you enjoy watching, and we'll see you at the next talk show.